Now we go back to you, Steve. Actually, speaking of your great contributions, you're going to tell us about the version updates that are coming up, and also the industry updates. So, yeah, let's go.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Grant. Back to you, back to me. It's almost as if we can't make up our minds. But one of the things we like to do in these sessions is talk through some of the industry updates that are occurring, that are impacting us. Now, often this is really around government changes in terms of compliance and governance and those sorts of elements. So we'll talk through that, and we'll also talk through some upcoming features in terms of MYOB Advanced. I won't be going through that into too much detail because we will be hearing from James Brading in the next segment, the Senior Product Manager at MYOB, who's going to talk through what's going on in the world of MYOB Advanced, what's coming soon, delve into the product roadmaps and give us some opportunities to understand what's next from an advanced perspective. If you do have any questions around any of the segments that we've had to date, or if you have any questions that you'd like to ask James specifically, please do use that Q&A button. Let's get those questions lined up. We do have time reserved at the end and look forward to going through any further questions that you might have. Now, some of you might be within the construction industry within Australia. If you are currently working in the construction industry, you may well be aware of the new Security of Payment Act reporting requirements. It's quite a mouthful, that one. It is a type of legislation that's been added within the the construction industry that focuses on contractor payments within those industries. In essence, it's a way of just kind of managing payment terms between the primary contractor and subcontractors. There is some new functionality available within the Advanced Construction Edition on 2021.1 or above as a customization that enables you to comply with those requirements through the creation of a payment schedule report through the bills and adjustments screen. If that's something that you have a requirement around, if you're in that industry and subject to that reporting requirement, please do reach out to your business partner who can provide some more details. E-invoicing, of course, is another area that we're seeing increased information and discussion about. Originally released in 2019 as a joint initiative across the Australian and New Zealand governments. E-invoicing is about reducing the manual efforts that we go through across industry. And they're estimating some $30 billion worth of transaction costs will be saved. This is really about that duplicated effort that we see across organisations between the accounts receivable and accounts payable roles. For every invoice that's sent to a customer, of course, there is a AP transaction that needs to be entered. We know there are some great connected services that work around that AP automation or workflow piece. But e-invoicing is really taking some of the initiatives that were started in the EDI space around building better electronic interchange between organisations and expanding that into a general industry-wide, Australia and New Zealand-wide support for electronic invoicing. Now, the EDI providers have been taking quite a front foot in providing early access for e-invoicing support. A number of those EDI vans have been certified as e-invoicing service providers, connecting to the PPOL e-delivery network and providing support within a number of ERP applications. If you're already working with an EDI van, we recommend that you reach out to them and have that conversation about your e-invoicing requirements. We're getting support for that as a bit of a front foot on your own part to provide further stickiness with your customers, of course, as well, and reduce some of the manual processes that you go through. If you don't currently work with an EDI provider, or you're looking to take some further steps forward with your own e-invoicing initiatives, just reach out to your business partner, who I'm sure can make some introductions to support you with those initiatives. In terms of what's coming up with MYOB Advanced, of course, we have seen 2021.2 released, and I'm not going to talk through those features in any detail because of the fact that we're going to have James on the call shortly. Of course, 2021.2 is a major upgrade, 250 pages of wonderful bedtime reading, certain to keep you enthused, almost as exciting as that latest program on Netflix. So I do encourage you to have a read of that. But it really is a significant upgrade. And of course, with this, while you'll be going through that process of getting the upgrade done on your site, just keep in mind the conversation that we've had with both Ronnie and with Jason previously about how we incorporate those functional enhancements within our businesses, how we manage that change process across our organizations, and how we ensure that we actually benefit from those new features. There's an opportunity here for you to continue to evolve, continue to innovate, and continue to support your growing businesses through these wonderful features that we see being brought into the product. In terms of the Acumatica connection, of course, it's important to recognize the relationship between MYOB and Acumatica. MYOB Advanced is essentially an OEM version of Acumatica, the world's fastest growing cloud ERP product. And all of the features that Acumatica are doing in the core product essentially come to MYOB Advanced. Once MYOB does their work around localizations, incorporation of the local payroll and workforce management modules, and the work that they're doing around really adding value in terms of their regional skills in terms of bringing that to market. But it's useful to keep an eye on what's going on with Acumatica in terms of the product updates that they bring to speed. It is good to see that Acumatica has been ranked highest in terms of usability. I think we can all attest to the benefits that Advanced brings for our users in terms of ease of use and the way that we can see adoption significantly increase. So we have seen a number of the Gartners and IDCs of the world gives significant credits to the focus on usability that Acumatica has. Of course, Acumatica is in the process of rolling out 2022 R1, which was announced on the 24th of January 2022. A whole range of features that have been introduced that will be coming to MYOB Advanced soon. Amongst those, some great features such as Microsoft Teams integration, the Amazon connector with the continued focus on e-commerce. And of course, 2022 R2 has just been announced, on the 22nd of September. There's a whole range of features announced around that, expecting to see more information come through soon as we start to see that released across the channel. And of course, the focus on that is on sort of these three key pillars around how do we increase that, the focus on usability, and enabling our employees with tools to assist them to do their jobs more effectively, how we transcend geographic boundaries with some of the multi-base currency enhancements and other elements that Acumatica has been bringing to the product. And of course, really that focus on verticalization, that continued focus around the manufacturing, construction, and other industry verticals. And of course, when is this coming to MYOB Advanced? Sometime soon, and probably a perfect time to hand over to James, who can give us a little bit more information in terms of the local MYOB Advanced roadmap, what's coming soon, and of course, what he's most excited about